right, folks, we're back at the Dracula podcast. We hope you enjoyed the subcast Casting Dread, the Penny Dreadful show. And Penny Dreadful is moving forward hard. Please watch the show. It's amazing. Sunday nights, 10 p.m., showtime. Get with it. And now it's time for the media review portion of our show, or as Professor Van Helsing calls it,
the ghastly paraphernalia of our beneficial trade.
So lovely, isn't he? Just amazing. I've had a lot of nightmares about the review that I'm doing this week. And if you've listened to the previous part of this episode, you know where I'm going. The film itself was made in 2004. It was written and directed by Stephen Sommers. It stars Hugh Jackman, Kate Beckinsale, and Richard Roxburgh. It is the abomination known as Van Helsing. And guess what? It's produced by Universal Studios, the one who gave us the garbage of Dracula NBC, and the one who gave us Dracula Untold, which made us all fall asleep. Kate Beckinsale is very sexy. There was a lot of effort made in the costuming. Kate Beckinsale is sexy. The music sometimes sounded like music. And Kate Beckinsale looks good. And that is all the credit I can give it. Not only did Van Helsing take three of the most beloved characters in media, in the Frankenstein's monster, a werewolf, and what's supposed to be Count Dracula, but he threw them together in this some sort of doo-doo sandwich, and we are left with Van Helsing. It is absolute and pure garbage. It is mind-numbingly insulting. It has silly stunts, the special effects look bad, the script is god-awful, and the directing is even worse. Hugh Jackman has had good performances before, and he is reduced to corny one-liners and something that would make Lon Chaney, Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, and Todd Browning roll over in their graves. I like Richard Roxburgh. I liked him as Sherlock Holmes. He did a decent Sherlock Holmes, although people didn't like him, but this, he is given such garbage to work with. It is awful. If you've listened to his accent, if you've read any part of the script at all, you want to hang yourself. You want to go screaming into the night and dive out a window. It makes me want to punch someone how bad this movie is. If you don't believe me, I'm about to read some quotes from Van Helsing. It will make you throw up as much as it did me. Quote, "Why does it smell like wet dog in here? Werewolf." End quote. Quote, "Anna, my love, it is your blood that shall keep me beautiful. What do you think of that? I think if you're going to kill somebody, kill them. Don't stand around talking about it." Unquote. This one is from Dracula. Are you ready? He's talking to his hose. It begins, "There, there, my lovelies, do not worry, I shall find another bride." "What? Have you no heart?" "No, I have no heart. I feel no love, nor fear, nor joy, nor sorrow. I am hollow, and I will live forever." "Oh, my lord, it's not so bad." And then his mood begins to shift. "I'm at war with the world and every living soul in it, but soon the final battle will begin." Dear Lord, there's more. Quote, this one by Dracula. "Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Van Helsing." Quote, "Ah, there you are. So did you bring Mr. Hyde back or did you kill him? You killed him, didn't you? That's why they get so annoyed. When they ask you to bring someone back they don't mean as a corpse." Quote, "Werewolves are such a nuisance during their first full moon. So hard to control." Quote from Dracula to Kate Beckinsale. "Don't we make a lovely couple? I'm looking for a new bride, Anna. Someone strong and beautiful. All it takes is one bite from me. You have no heartbeat. Perhaps it just needs to be rekindled. Dear God. From the winking at the camera, to this horrible script, to perhaps one of the worst directors in the history of time, it is Van Helsing. On IMDb, it's rated 6.0 from 170,000 plus users. I didn't know that 170,000 people worked as crew on Van Helsing, but who knows? I suppose the film was nice in that it gave people work. Universal, what is wrong with you and your best properties? Why can't you get this right? It's like Universal after 1979 with Frank Langella, after they made a really cool film. It's like they stopped caring. It's like they stopped reading altogether. It's as if they said, what's the worst possible script we can get? Oh, okay, we'll use that one. Well, Dracula. We're going to turn him into some sort of silly half Nosferatu, half Keith Richards, and whatever the half else we want to think of. Let's get the cheesiest director we can get, Stephen Sommers. Oh, okay, Van Helsing didn't work, total failure. Let's bring him back on NBC, where Lucy is a hoa, and Renfield is sane, and Van Helsing and Dracula are bros. No, that didn't work. So what we're going to do? We're going to bring him into the movie theaters, and we're going to bore the audience to tears. Dear God, why doesn't it stop? And that's Universal on Dracula. Why can't they get this right? Why can't they get this right? I don't understand. It hurts my brain so much to think about it. And oh dear. Wow. If you haven't guessed by now, this does not get the Dracula podcast seal of approval. Please don't watch this film. If you watch this film, then you have self-esteem issues and you should probably see a psychiatrist. And if you enjoy this film, just leave the country or leave wherever you're from. Go sit by yourself in a desert and put on a muumuu and, I don't know, pick something. Thank you, folks. It was agonizing. It was like Van Helsing is akin to the foulest poo you could ever take. It is effing terrible, and nothing you can do will help you. If you see this on the shelf, run. If you see this in your queue, delete it. If you see one of your friends thinking about watching this film, slap them in the face and abduct them. Take them to therapy. Take them to counseling. Whatever you can do to keep people from watching this film, do it. And here's the worst part. It's 131 minutes, meaning it's 2 hours and 11 minutes of some of the worst god-awful writing you've ever heard. And I can't expound enough on its foulness, stinkiness, and please don't smell that stank. Well, folks, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much to my producer, Adam Stover. Thank you to the Foxborough for bringing this podcast to you. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please take my advice and stay away from Van Helsing. Please watch Penny Dreadful. It's amazing. Continue with this podcast. We're the sexiest show on the internet, and it's all because of you. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, to you and yours, have an excellent day.